You do have to be very careful.
Let's go on to another track from Sheer Heart Attack. It's Bring Back That Leroy Brown.
Bring back
Bring Back That Leroy Brown with a ukulele novelty from Brian May there. Brian, what would you describe this ukulele type music as? As barbershop ukulele? George Formby?
Yeah, the ukulele in a way was incidental to that, because that was Freddie's song, and it had this kind of vaudeville atmosphere, and I just thought the ukulele would go nicely on it, and we sort of worked it so that it could be done. And I managed to fiddle a little ukulele solo.
You, in fact, learnt on a ukulele, right?
Yes, that was the first instrument I ever played. My father had a genuine George Formby ukulele. George Formby was really the originator of that kind of style of playing, which is rhythmic and slightly melodic at the same time, because he plays across the top and bottom strings to make little melodies. And I'm really a pretty poor imitator of that style, but I got interested in it from
Makes you sick, doesn't it?
Oh, sorry.
Modesty.
And I believe your father also was instrumental in making your first guitar?
Yes, my father and I made the guitar together, which is still the one I use all the time.
And what was it made out of?
Lumps of wood and bits and pieces. It cost about £8 to make in the beginning.
I mean, I read in a press bag or something, it was something about an armchair or fireplace.
The 100-year-old fireplace, the legendary fireplace. Yes,
the things that are coming out of that fireplace.
The neck was made out of an old fireplace, yes.
My goodness, he must have been quite a craftsman.
Well, we just worked at it for a couple of years, because I was at school, and it was evenings and weekends and things.
I see. And that's still the one you play now?
Yes.
Oh, terrific. Well, it must be worth a fortune in years to come, so...
I don't know, really. It's really not worth very much to anyone except me, because everyone finds it difficult to play.
Can we come now to your producer, Roy Thomas Baker?
Roy half produced the first album, and then he went on to become a full producer. And I think Night at the Opera was the last one, and we co-produced it with him.
Freddie, did you select him, or did EMI provide him?
Well, it was through Trident, really.
It was all through Trident, yeah.
Because in the early days, the first album, and then we had they stuck us with John Anthony, didn't they, as well? We didn't really get on with him, so we gave him the elbow after one album. And then we did the second album with Roy and Robin Cable.
Yeah, Trident was quite a mecca for producers at the time, because I remember sort of all of Bowie's most successful stuff was done with Ken Scott there.
Yeah.
Let's have another track from Sheer Heart Attack. This is In the Lap of the Gods. In the Lap of the Gods. The Beach Boys meet Wagner, or something like that, anyway. Freddie, was this a sort of pre-runner to Bohemian Rhapsody? It has that sort of operatic feel to it.
I suppose it could be put across that way, yes. I was sort of learning a lot on Sheer Heart Attack. We sort of doing a lot of things that was to come in future albums, or was to sort of be used on the future albums. And songs like that, yes, I suppose... working out the kind of harmonies and things and the song structure did help a lot in, say, something like Bohemian Rhapsody. Somebody said this was something like Cecil B. DeMille meets Walt Disney or something, which is more to the point than, say, the Beach Boys.
Wagner meets the Beach Boys, yes. Well, now, talking about Cecil B. DeMille, can we come to your colossal stage productions with crowns appearing everywhere, thunder flashes all over the stage, and you leaping about, bringing ballet to the masses, I believe a quote was.
I mean, if you're referring to sort of a certain article about all that, that's meant to be taken tongue-in-cheek. But, I mean, it's just that at this point in time, that's something that sort of interests me. And I'm just trying to incorporate it in the stage act. Nothing more, really. And it's basically to enhance the music we play. I mean, if it wasn't working, then I wouldn't do it. And it's also a phase that I'm going through. And I like the Nijinsky costume.
The people who come to the show seem to really enjoy them, because you must aim for maximum effect, which we do. I mean, both orally and visually. However, some sort of people don't seem to like this so-called purist or whatever, and they think it's techno flash rock or something I've heard it called. But basically, we're just trying to put over the music and the visual aspect as effectively as we can to as many people as we can.
Do you carry your own lighting crew all over the world?
Yes.
So it's the same one that was at Earls Court that was in the States, right?
Yes, yes. It has to be, because the coordination required is quite unbelievable.
And the same for the sound setup. The way we started off, we always had these big ideas, and we always thought that it should be a visual and a sound experience. It should be a complete thing that you can wallow in, you know. I think it comes from when we were kids. If we went to see a rock band, we wanted to be knocked out, we wanted to be blown away.
Yeah.
You know, and
stunned.
Yeah, it's for that kind of thing. We think it should be a real event every time we play.
People are paying money to come and see you. So
yes,
I mean,
as far as we're concerned, we're putting on a show. It's not just us, just another rendition of an album. If that was the case, we might as well just have sort of cardboard cutouts and just play the album through the sort of system.
I mean,
yeah, right. Let's have some more music. The next one from Sheer Heart Attack we're going to play is Now I'm Here.
Call that music.
Here I stand. Here I stand.
Now I'm Here, which went to number 11 in February 75. Do you find that the single helps you generate sale of an album?
Definitely. That's what gets you to the mass of people. Even if they don't buy it, and even if they don't like it, they still know who you are from a single. Whereas I think you could have a number one album for 6 months and people still wouldn't know who you were. But we never record any record as a single. It's always just a track off an album that we think might make a good single after we've recorded it.
Oh, I see. So you don't go into the studio, this is going to be the one?
No, never. We never have.
Do you take advice from other people as to what could be a good single?
Never.
No.
Next.
It never works.
Nobody wanted Bohemian Rhapsody as a single, really.
Really?
Around us, everyone says no one would play it because it was too long and all that stuff.
Nobody except us wanted it.
But this is not to say that we're always right, because we're not.
Well, we're not always right. We've been wrong.
Choice of a single is
once.
a very difficult thing. I mean, there's no sure-fire hit, you know. It's just, there's no such thing. And would say something like Bohemian Rhapsody, it was a big risk and it worked.
Yeah,
because I think with a song like that, it was either going to be a huge success or a terrific flop.
Mm.
And, you know, it was...
But it's been no bed of roses.
no pleasure cruise. No.
Well, we're talking about Bohemian Rhapsody, so let's play Bohemian Rhapsody now. Bohemian Rhapsody. This was, for me, so amazing because it was such a departure from anything else that was in the charts in 75. In November it got to number one and stayed there for 9 weeks, I think, didn't it? Amazing.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Terrific amount of time. Anyway, Yonks and Yonks, and it was fabulous. Freddie, can you tell us a bit about how you recorded Bohemian Rhapsody, the actual technical side of it?
You want a few trade secrets. It was quite a mammoth task because it was basically done in three definite sections and just pieced together, and each one required a lot of concentration. The opera section in the middle was the most taxing, I think, because we wanted to recreate a sort of huge operatic sort of harmony section between just the three of us, and that involves a lot of multi-tracking and things. And I think between the three of us, we sort of we recreated a sort of 160 to 200 piece choir effect between just the three of us, as Brian and Roger and myself.
There's a tremendous range of harmonies, yes. And it involves doing it again and again and again and again to make it sound bigger and bigger and bigger.
Can you think how many times to get that number of people?
Well, divide 200 by 3. Something like that.
Yeah, 66.
This is for each little part.
Each
so
little bit
that
has to be done that many times. And you have to learn all the very different parts. I think some of them were, how many part harmonies?
Because I mean, like there was a section of no, 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 and we had to sort of do that and sort of different escalating things, and we just sat there going no, 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 about, I don't know, 150 times.
Going out of our minds.
Does one of you every now and again get say, no more, that's it?
Oh, yes.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
But then the others sort of egg him on and say, well, it's only one more or
Depends
something.
Depends on who's
no, everybody agrees and we leave.
Well, we come now to Freddie's personal choice of music. Freddie, what's it going to be?
I've sort of chosen an Aretha Franklin track. I think it's called You've Got a Friend. It's from the Amazing Grace album, which she did a long time ago. It's a live, sort of thing, double album set. It's a sort of gospel thing which she did live in a church in California, I think. It's called You Got a Friend.
Yeah, you got a friend in Jesus.
Freddie Mercury's choice there from Aretha Franklin.